Good morning, Nashville. We are back with Mornings on Main Street on this beautiful Friday, November 18th. Looking live at Broadway as people get ready to get their day started. Actually, it's 10 o'clock, so their day has started. They are rolling on, and they are just ready to attack this day. I hope you're ready to have a little fun with me on my final day guest hosting here on Mornings on Main Street. We've got a fun show packed for you. It's jam-packed, and first and foremost, we're going to ask how our good buddy Justin Kulik is doing. Justin, how you doing today, man?
I'm fantastic, Zach. You know why?
Why?
Because the Titans got a dub, bro.
That's right. It is. It's victory. Two victories this week. We had victory Monday, and then now we've got victory Friday. There you go, Justin, with the
Tony
with
Two
the
Sword.
There you go. Do you take those to the games?
I do. I actually keep them I keep them concealed.
I was gonna say, do they let you in with those?
Yeah, they don't know that I have them. So,
well, I mean, they already let you in with your weapons, your two guns that you sport there.
exactly.
So, no, excited to celebrate this victory Friday, this rare victory Friday, because obviously you don't play on Thursday night all that often, and we wanted to do so by bringing in our Titan insider, if you will. I know typically our Titan insider is Terry McCormick, but today we've got the co-host of the afternoon stretch on WNSR, Zach Williams, in today. Zach, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. How's it feel on the flip side of being the guest as opposed to hosting?
It feels good because now I get to come in and possibly mess with your show. So that's always the fun side for me. And I appreciate you, Terry McCormick, all the great work that he does. And I don't know, last decade, 2 decades, he's been doing this. I am the real Titans insider, as I've been in the media now for just about 2 years and covering the Titans. So I'm just glad, game recognized game, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. When Terry told us that he couldn't come on this morning, I was like, well, perfect opportunity to bring Zach in. I guess let's start. I mean, we got to start with this. I mean,
the afterthought, huh, Womble?
Yeah. Hey,
the afterthought.
The afternoon stretch, the afterthought. There you go.
We'll take it.
You can make something work. I mean, Zach, we have to start with Todd Downing news this morning. Arrested on suspicion of DUI. I mean, I guess what's your thoughts on that? I mean, coming off of maybe his best game of the season.
I'm still processing it.
Sure.
It's like, what do you think on this big win in Green Bay? He's on a flight right away and back to Nashville and arrested probably 2 hours after the flight, maybe an hour after the flight. So I don't know. I don't know if he attended Lil Wayne's after party there after the win on Amazon Prime or what, but it's a stupid thing. Nobody, this guy has more money than the majority of the population in Nashville. He shouldn't be, nobody's too rich to get an Uber. Nobody's too poor to get an Uber when you're drinking or whatever, whatever rideshare app you use. But I think that's the stupid side of it. I really hope he learns his lesson. I keep seeing people on Twitter saying, oh, he needs to get fired. He's done. And this is adjacent to all the stupid offensive calls that he's already made this season and now making the most stupid call of his life, which is risking it while impaired and driving. I think that look, the real side of me, I may be a half glass empty kind of guy. This is a rich sports figure that didn't injure anyone. Now, mind you, that's the big side of this. He just did something stupid. I don't think anything's going to really happen to him. He's gonna pay his fines. He's gonna do his community service. He's not gonna leave the team. I don't think that's gonna happen. That's my a right away thought. But the ultimate thought of all of this is just how dumb do you have to be to do this? I just. Thankfully it's not a Andy Reid's son sort of situation a couple of Super Bowls ago. That was the same situation, except he took, I don't know if he took a life. I might be misrepresenting that, but I do know that if someone was injured inside of a wreck after a DUI. So just thankfully nobody got hurt in all of this. But the real side is I don't think anything's really going to happen to him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, thankfully I don't have experience of what goes on, like how many DUIs you get before the penalizations come in. But to me, it feels like people get multiple chances once they get especially if it's their first DUI. There's a fine, like you said, and then it's kind of like hey, don't do this again. If you get caught a second time, maybe it's a little bit more serious. But felt like we had to address it. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm not sure anything happens with this. Obvious. It's great that nobody was hurt in it. And so that kind of helps maybe ease the news a little bit this morning. But again, credit to Terry for kind of breaking that news this morning. You can check out the snippet on that on TitanInsider.com. Okay,
That's
Zach.
crazy, by the way. This guy's 7:30 in the morning jumping up checking police banners. Like, what in the world? That's dedication.
Yeah, so I know he has a source with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. So I think that's initially how he found out. And then I guess I don't have the Patrol app, but I guess it's something that you can just download in the App Store and anybody can get, and it's free to use. So, I mean, yeah. So I bet he probably got a tip from his THP insider and then kind of just looked and found the rest. But Zach, I want to transition to something a little bit more positive, which was the win last night. A win that the Titans look good in. Ryan Tannehill looked good in. Derrick Henry looked good in. Defense, I thought, played well. I guess what's your main takeaway from the Titans getting to 7-3 on the season and a big win in Lambeau?
Doing everything that everybody didn't expect. I mean, I feel like national media, every time there's a national game, it's always so funny because first play, I'm sitting there. I think Bruno and I talked about it on the show yesterday. That it's a situation where, Derrick Henry, this monster running back, and then the Titans come out and be like, play action, like something so crazy to do first play, and the national media is like, everybody's hyping up Derrick Henry, and they come out and do play action. What great coaching! I think that it was something that the Tennessee Titans played a game that they typically don't play, and what I mean by that is they played above the level of their competition for the first time in a long time. We've been seeing a lot of these games. I think the betting line on this one was at 40.5 or something like that. Of course, the game went the over for any of you betting gurus out there. But outside of the first 3 weeks, no other games went over that 40-point mark. So this was an oddity in the last few weeks. We've talked about it a million times that this Titans team, they win ugly games and they make ugly games. That's what they do. And Ryan Tannehill coming out 300 plus yards over the air. Traylon Burks, I mean, his coming out party now. You saw a little bit of what this offense has the ability to do on top of a Derrick Henry A-OK night, not a overpowering 200 plus yard night by Derrick Henry. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You want to see that from your team as a whole. So Ryan Tannehill coming off the ankle injury seems like it's getting better each single week. That was a big thing that I noticed last night. But a big win for the Titans in Lambeau. I mean, it's not too long ago that the same Ryan Tannehill led Tennessee Titans team went up to Lambeau and got routed by 30. So it's a good win. That's a hard environment to play in. And that first drive by the Titans, I believe the Packers elected to defer on the coin toss. And the first drive by the Titans that walked down the field basically and ended up with a Dontrell Hilliard touchdown was just the exact momentum shift they needed to do in a loud environment. If you were listening to that game, if you were just listening to the audio, you would have heard that Tennessee Titans team shut down one of the football meccas, if you will, of Lambeau. I mean, Kirk Herbstreit, now Michaels, that's all they could talk about last night. Just how amazing is this place? And they were rocking early. They were loud. You even saw Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry in that first drive. They're having to be right next to each other's ears, talking to each other. It was a loud game, but the Titans took control of the momentum right away, and they effectively limited that crowd almost off the get-go and played Titans football from that point. And I think I tweeted something last night. I won't say it for your audience because this is morning. I'm used to being in the afternoon, so sure. I get a little spicy in the afternoons. But in the mornings, I won't do it. But I tweeted something. You could look it up if you want. But basically, I said 4th and 1 stop for Mike Vrabel to win a football game in Lambeau mid-November. There's nothing more Mike Vrabel about a Tennessee Titans defense than that. And that's what that Titans defense did. Late in that game, you saw Jeff Simmons come about after a big coverage sack from Jeff Simmons and that great coverage down the field from a secondary that, frankly, has been Swiss cheese for the most part of this season. They did a good job. I think also on the defensive side, they were helped out immensely by Aaron Rodgers, who was missing wide open targets for first downs. Titans fans need to count their blessings a little bit on that Aaron Rodgers, just one of the most accurate passers for this side of a decade, just missing wide open guys for easy first downs, keeping drives alive was huge. You don't see that a lot from Aaron Rodgers, but we're seeing that more this season with him. The Titans defense just came up in big situations that they needed to get stops. And like I said, that was a good showing out party for this Tennessee Titans team that that needed to have that kind of game to prove that they could do that.
I don't know if you can see it, but Justin has decided to put your tweet up on screen right now. Obviously, given the safe for work version, but you're right. I mean that game was just. I mean, you hit every point perfectly. I mean, not only did the Titans defense make great plays, Aaron Rodgers missed wide open passes that he typically gets. Ryan Tannehill was amazing. Derrick Henry ran hard. There's so many different avenues we could go here. But I want to get a little spicy with you, Zach. To me, it looks like Derrick Henry has lost a step. What's your reaction to that? And the reason I say that is I go back to that screen pass that he caught, that he got tackled inside the 5. And I feel like he scores on that last year before that foot injury. I don't know that he's as fast. I think he goes down a little bit easier this year. Kind of am I out of context there?
No, I don't think you're wrong. There's been numerous plays, plays against the Giants to start the season, plays against the Raiders, just different times where I've seen Derrick Henry get up into that second level where we've seen him do so many times, and then he has that 7th or 8th gear, whatever it is that he's using up there, and he's able to just take off past those corners and that secondary. And what you're referring to is that. And I think Henry pre-injury last year probably gets away the way he does, but you got to face it. It's easy to think of Derrick Henry as a machine, right? And I think he is a man, and he got injured, and he's still coming back from a really tough injury. Messing with that the planning part of your foot like that, and essentially just a stress injury you had last year from that. It may be fully healed, but it may have taken a little bit off the gas of Derrick Henry. And let's also say this. 28 carries, 86 yards last night. He got in the end zone. He threw a pass as well. Derrick Henry is still
what a play call.
Yeah, I mean, just an amazing time to use that. I think that Derrick Henry taking a step back is still 2 steps ahead of basically everybody else in the NFL as a running back. So where he was 3 steps ahead, he's only 2 steps ahead now. And it's unfortunate. I think he'll break one of those long ones soon, because I don't think we've really seen that yet this season. But it will happen, and he's a tremendous athlete regardless. And you see the fire in the guy after getting stopped on that 1 yard line. He's over there slamming his helmet down, and you knew put this guy back out there. If he gets a second chance to go at it on the 1 yard line, you're not stopping him this time. And sure enough, next time out, he gets his opportunity and runs it in for the end zone. So he's losing a step, but you think about it, he's a running back in the NFL. The lifespan is average 2 years for those guys, and this guy's had 3 going on 3 years, possibly this year, of being the rushing title holder. So I mean, that just the guy is a freak among freaks, and he's had the benefit too of DeMarco Murray to start his career, where really kept some of the tread on the tire for Derrick Henry, and then Dion Lewis, how stupid that was when he was splitting 50% of the snaps with him. I mean, can you believe that now as we're in 2022, headed to 2023? Dion Lewis was stealing snaps from Derrick Henry, but I mean, those were times where Titans fans were begging to trade Derrick Henry, saying he was useless. You know, I love all these people that are like, "Oh, Derrick Henry's the king," and all this. It's like, you guys wanted him to be thrown before he even got thrown. But no, it's just a step off, and he's still a tremendous talent, and he's still a guy that is going to give you big plays, and he's going to do things like he did last night. He's kind of been that way he's been about 80 yards to 120 yards every single every single game this week. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, because if he gives you that and Tannehill gives you what Tannehill gives you in the regular season, you're going to get wins.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point last night. I'm watching the game, and Tannehill's throwing on the money. He's putting balls on the rope only where his receivers can get it. I'm thinking to myself, what Titans team am I watching right now? I mean, when did we get an aerial attack? I mean, you throw in Robert Woods, and then listen, I've been hard on Treylon Burks all season long, ever since he was kind of put in the position that he was put in. But what a coming out party for him! I mean, I think he had over 100 yards, 7 catches. He was really good last night, Zach. I feel like, hey, Titans fans may have got a glimpse of what could be, right?
No, absolutely. Titans fans should be almost up in arms that this kind of game hasn't happened already. They have the ability. Treylon Burks, I think, was starting to hit that crescendo, if you will, of talent right before he got the turf toe injury and coming back from the injury. And last week's game, getting worked back in first game. Now this was his fully, okay, I'm back game, 8 targets, 7 catches, 111 yards. Surprised he didn't get a touchdown in this one. Robert Woods comes in. Great day from Robert Woods. Austin Hooper, just why not throw to Hooper more? I think he needs to be one of the top 2, top 3 targets in this season for the Tennessee Titans going forward. When you see the Titans don't do this, that's when you need to start questioning again. Okay, you had this ability, and say what you will about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense right now. That Packers defense is one of the best units in the NFL. They're that secondary. Alexander is a shutdown, lockdown corner, and for Tannehill on a final play that really you think, okay, they're going to run the ball, get to the 2-minute warning, and leave us out, to bomb one out 50 yards to Treylon Burks with Jair Alexander breathing down his neck and Burks to come down with it. That's a humongous play in my book that shows they did that. I think I know Mike Vrabel. I feel like I'm in the head of Mike Vrabel. Vrabel is a player. He wants to see, okay, what can we do against teams? What do we have? This game's locked up. We've already won this game. Let's try a one-on-one coverage on the outside. Let's see if Burks, the young kid, is able to do this. Is he really our A.J. Brown? And they tried it, and he came down with it. If you think that play won't happen again, you're insane. There was a few years ago, the Titans, during their AFC run, they had Khalif Raymond, who's now on the Detroit Lions. They had a play for him. There was just a play. It was a play action, start of the game, just down the field, throw the ball up, and Khalif Raymond's going to outrun everybody and get it. If you remember the Ravens playoff game, that happened at the start of the second half. Derrick Henry killing it on the ground, and then they go over the top like that as a surprise play. I think that's just what that play was. They're just moving it from the slot over out to the outside, and we're probably going to see that exact play again because Vrabel didn't do that by mistake. The Titans didn't just say, "Oh, let's just go for a deep play here." No, they were testing. That was a test for Treylon Burks. I think that play has a whole lot more ramifications going further in the season than people are going to give it credit for. But when that play comes back, you just remember that you heard that right here from me.
I like that. I like that theory. I have a theory that is a little bit more petty. See, I think Mike Vrabel remembers when Green Bay took a deep shot to Devontae Adams up 33-14 with a few minutes left, the last time they were in Lambeau, and so I think that was Mike Vrabel being petty. But I do like your theory
both.
as well.
Yeah, probably both.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, Treylon was awesome. I thought Okonkwo, he could really be something, right? I mean, everybody wants to look at Hooper, but man, Chig, he runs like a wide receiver. He made that big catch over the shoulder. God, we got to get him more involved, right?
We had a caller call in yesterday and ask about that. I like Chig. Don't take what I'm about to say as me not liking Chig. He's not the guy right now. He needs to sit back and kind of build. Hooper's the guy. You brought him in. Hooper's able to do everything that Chig's able to do, and better at it, I personally think. And I get some of the big splash plays that Chig's had, and that's pretty much all he's had. It's either been the jet sweep
Boomer
that was
bust.
failed at 3rd and 1, or it's been just a pass out to the screen and he takes it for 50 yards. And look, I think Chig has ability. I think he's getting into situations where the game around him is helping him look really good right now. Let's go to the Chiefs game, that screen. He gets tackled in that screen, but if you watch that play, he gets pushed down, and his defender, who is blocking, an offensive lineman on the right side, I believe it's Nicholas Petit-Ferrier, giant hulking of a man, he runs into him and gets to stay up because of that. And then he goes for whatever he goes for, right? And then you look at last night. That was a blown coverage by the Green Bay Packers. It was a tremendous catch, but there was no coverage on it. And so I think Chig is getting really good opportunities to look good. But I think right now it's got to be the Austin Hooper show. I'm done seeing ball go to Jeff Swain. Stop throwing to Jeff Swain. That's for sure. Give the one target that you're giving to Jeff Swain. Give it to Chig if you want. But Austin Hooper needs to be the focus of this team. You brought him in for that specific reason, and Chig gives you some athletic ability that you can find ways to use him as like a gadget receiver. But I personally don't think he's ready to step into that role of where we thought Jonnu Smith was, and where people hope Kyle Pitts would be down in Atlanta right now. I want Hooper to have that, because Hooper has some of the best hands in the NFL. I mean, he's up there with Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce. When the ball's thrown to him, he is able to come down with it. So I'm all for Hooper right now. Chig's the future, don't get me wrong, but right now you're winning now. Let's give it to Hooper.
Zach, I see the Christmas lights in the background. How many Christmas trees do you have up?
Currently we have 2. But this is the crazy stuff. So the stuff that is up right now, you can't see the rest of our house. But it's not even our Christmas stuff. This is just stuff that we kind of had like laying around that like we accumulate throughout the year. So we don't even have our full like stuff out yet. This Sunday, if anybody wants to come see a show out in Hendersonville, I'm going to be hanging lights on my ceiling and probably going to fall. But if you want to come check it out, you can come watch me. I'm going to be hanging lights across the house. We're going to be putting it all up and getting into the festive experience right now, because, hey, Thanksgiving is less than a week away now. So it's Christmas time.
Well, Zach, you've been celebrating Christmas since the end of Halloween. So I have to ask you, why do you hate Thanksgiving?
I love Thanksgiving the day, but it's not a month-long tradition. Christmas, on the other hand, is a month-long, and really it needs to be a 2-month-long in my eyes, tradition. So at the Williams household on Halloween, you can come out and we'll scare you. We do that. I'm out there with a chainsaw. I'm chasing the little kids around. They love it. But at second we're done with that, I turn on Christmas music as we're ripping all the Halloween decorations down, and it's officially Christmas season. So Thanksgiving is great for a day, but that's just what it is. And it's just an excuse to overeat. And you'd be thankful for everything, obviously, because it's Thanksgiving. But I personally am going to look towards Christmas always, and it's just always Christmas. So this little lighting that we have over here, it's just the start of it here in my office.
Zach, last question before I get you to plug your show. You've ate your main course on Thanksgiving. You're full, but you're ready for dessert. You're ready for that sweetness. What's the first, if you've got unlimited pick, what's the first dessert you're picking off the table?
Depends. Okay. It depends on which family I'm at. So I've got my mom's side, I've got my dad's side, and then I've got my wife's family. My wife's family is all from the north. God bless them. I love them. Not touching the Southern cooking. All right. That's just what it is. Ohio people, they make good food, but I always, there's butter and love in everything the South makes. So that's where I go to first. I go to if I'm at my mom's side of it, that's probably the side I'm going to go to. My grandma makes a chocolate chess pie that is out of this world. I'm not a pumpkin pie kind of guy, even though I look like a pumpkin pie kind of guy. I think I'm your basic, like, Cool Whip with pumpkin pie looking guy, but chocolate chess pie. And then if I'm getting a little naughty, if I'm feeling a little dirty, I will make my own chocolate mousse with Cool Whip on top, chocolate shavings on top, and then I'll have that also during the Thanksgiving season. So, if I'm getting a little dirty out there, that's what I'm going to do.
Very good. Zach, you got a radio show here in Nashville on Nashville Airways. Tell everybody where they can hear you and when they can.
Nashville Sports Radio, 560 AM, 95.9 FM. And then if you're in the Murfreesboro, Smyrna area, 107.9 FM. That's just the radio position. You have also the Nashville Sports Radio app. You can download, listen anywhere. It's probably the best way to listen to us. If you have a smart speaker like your Echo Dots or your Google Assistants, you can say play WNSR Radio. We're on there 4 to 6 p.m. every single Monday through Friday. Bruno Reagan and myself, we're talking sports. I mean, Friday, we're talking a lot of betting. Anybody that, of course, once again, legal here in Tennessee now. If you would have been listening last night, we threw out a 4-leg same game parlay that was a plus 700 odds that hit basically in the third quarter. And if you put $100 on it, you win $700. So if you're listening, we're going to give out more today, 4 to 6 p.m. on Nashville Sports Radio.
There you go. There you go. Zach, really appreciate you jumping in, man. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Always appreciate it. Let's go hit the link soon.
You bet. See you, Zach. All right. We're going to jump to a quick break, but when we do, we've got a special treat for you as we talk to Jim from the Nashville Zoo. Don't go anywhere. This is Mornings on Main Street on Main Street Media Television.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Christmas for Kids is back at the Ryman this November 21st. Christmas for Kids provides children with shopping sprees, coats, and unforgettable experiences every year. This annual fundraising concert helps bring that experience to more kids. This year is hosted by Phil Vassar and includes Chris Young. The frontmen, which is Richie McDonald, formerly of Lone Star, Larry Stewart of Restless Heart, Tim Rushlow, formerly of Little Texas, Essex County, and a whole lot more. Christmas for Kids, November 21st. To purchase tickets, go right now to Ryman.com.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
Hit After Hit has become the baseball store in Tennessee. They have over 1,000 different models of gloves and over 1,500 wood bats. They also have several Iron Mike pitching machines as well as a Hit Tracks machine. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. We're proud to call Hit After Hit the official shirt provider of the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night.
Hey, good morning, everybody. We are back here on Mornings on Main Street, right at 10:30 here on this beautiful Friday. Looking outside, looks pretty nice out. Got a couple clouds in the sky, but it looks like a nice day. I know it's cold, so go ahead and grab your jacket. I hope you're ready for a big weekend ahead. And just like we promised, we've got Jim Bartu of the Nashville Zoo joining us this morning. Jim, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Doing very good. Doing very good. Thank you so much to hop on with us this morning on Mornings on Main Street. So It's my understanding you've got a big event going on at the Nashville Zoo. Tell us about it.
We do. After a 2-year hiatus, we're bringing Zoolumination back to Nashville Zoo. We had it last in 2019, and it is bigger and brighter and better than ever. We have 1,000 Chinese lanterns. Some of them, like this one behind me, can get up to 50 feet high. They're massive. They all glow at night. The event is at night, so you'll have to come on out and check out all that we have to offer.
Yeah, super excited about that. I have a toddler myself, so we go to the zoo all the time, and it's obviously a lot of fun. We wondered about this event, obviously coming back now, so super excited about it. I guess what do people need to know as far as when they can show up, where they need to show up, and I guess how to see this great event?
Sure, yeah. Well, first of all, know that it's a very popular event. You can get tickets in advance. We recommend that, particularly if you have family coming into town and you want to plan a night out. Be sure to get those tickets and reserve those in advance. We will have nights that sell out. They're still available. This is not like a Taylor Swift concert, so you're still going to have the ability to get tickets, but you better act pretty quick. So yeah, get them in advance. We're open 5 to 9 for this event every single night, starting tonight and running through January 8th. And then we run Thursday through Sunday nights, 5 to 9 until February 4th. Now, when I say every night through the holidays, I mean Thanksgiving night, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. All of those evenings will be open for Zoolumination. So be sure to pick up your tickets.
As you mentioned, bringing it back for the first time since the pandemic hit, I guess what led to feeling good about continuing this event this year?
Well, we tried to get it back last year, actually, and the problem is we have 35 Chinese artisans that stay here from about mid-August all the way up to opening, and they build these by scratch. Everything that's built is done here on property, and they've been doing that since mid-August. So the biggest problem about not being able to have it in years prior was getting them here. Because of the pandemic, there was some countrywide lockdowns, and we weren't able to get the artists, we weren't able to get the visas to get them here to build these things. But we are lucky to have them back, and excited to be opening tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Obviously, we got Zoolumination going on as we've just talked about, Jim. But is there any other events that people may find to be interesting and want to come celebrate at the zoo?
Well, the zoo is open every day. The zoo itself during the day will not be open on Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Day or New Year's Day, but Zoolumination will be open at night. The next event we have coming outside of that, we have a toy drive with the Metro Nashville Police Department that'll be taking place December 3rd and 4th. People can bring used toys and receive, new toys to give to their Christmas basket program, and we are incentivizing that by offering complimentary tickets to the zoo with a maximum of 2 per family. So we have that coming up next, and then off into February we have a zoo run coming up as well. So lots of great things to see and do over the next few months.
Absolutely, Justin. Pulling up the website there. Again, the website. Just head on over to Nashville Zoo and check out anything that's going on. Jim, as like I said, as someone a dad of a toddler, I am super excited that Zoolumination is coming back. I know that my child is going to enjoy it, so we are super excited about everything that's going on at the Nashville Zoo. Before we let you go, Jim, is there anything else that you want to tell us today?
Well, be sure to check out the North Pole Village. A lot of people like to get out and see Christmas lights during this time of year. This Chinese Lantern Festival, Zoolumination, is certainly a different way to do that, but we do have plenty of Christmas to take in through our North Pole Village, including Santa Claus that'll be here starting the day after Thanksgiving up in the North Pole Village, so kids can certainly come up and tell Santa what they want for Christmas, but only if they've been good.
That's right. He's keeping that list. Ain't that right, Jim?
He's checking it a couple of times, from what I understand.
It's my understanding as well, Jim. Hey, Mr. Bartu, we really appreciate you joining us this morning on Mornings on Main Street to highlight all the great things happening at the zoo. We'll definitely see you soon, Jim. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was Jim Bartu at the Nashville Zoo. Talk about zoo elimination and all the great things going on over at the Nashville Zoo. If you've got a toddler, if you got a little one, or if you just like animals, I suggest you go spend a day at the Nashville Zoo. It's a lot of fun. It's relaxing, and clearly they got a lot of things going on. Justin, let's do this. Let's take a quick break, but when we do, we come back with celebrity birthdays, this day in entertainment, national holidays, and more. Don't go anywhere. This is Mornings on Main Street, Friday edition, right here on Main Street Media Television.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links. Hey, this is George Plaster, and I'm excited to announce that the second annual Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night is going to happen Monday, November the 28th at the Hermitage Strike and Spare. The 3 charities that will benefit are Last Minute Toy Store, Martha O'Brien Center, and Stars. And our intention is to get them that money so it can do the most amount of good at Christmas time. Now, here's where I need your help. I need you to sign up to play in the most fun charity event you've ever been involved in. Imagine 64 foursomes with 64 sports personalities in the area. As a single player, it's $200. If you get a foursome, it's $800. And what I want you to do is reach out to me via email, plastergeorge@gmail.com, and we'll get you signed up and get you ready and raring to go. Again, that's plastergeorge@gmail.com for a night you will never forget.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
At Sumner Funeral and Cremation, our mission is to serve families as our own, celebrate the life of their loved one, and help begin the healing process.
My whole family, including my wife and my mom and siblings, were very happy with the treatment that we received. I would highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation.
We offer funeral, burial, cremations, and pre-planning services.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
I'm Bart Durham.
I was sworn in as a lawyer in 1963, and I've been working as a lawyer since then.
We're a firm that does exclusively personal injury, a lot of tractor-trailer crashes. Insurance companies will open up their checkbooks when you force them to.
We have systems that work.
We get the most money for our clients in the shortest amount of time.
I'm Blair Durham. My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
This is Taste of Nashville, live from the Omni. I'll clap. I love it. John Dwyer, I love having you here, and I love introducing you to some of my new music friends that you might not know.
You will forget more music people in this town than I'll ever know. So I'm just thrilled to be here and be your sidekick to hear some great stuff.
I was on Facebook one day. I know
You?
that's shocker.
What?
Shocker.
You're on Facebook now. You're just...
I know. I've got it right over here. It's like always social media. That's what we do. But I heard this voice of Kentucky. She is the pride of Kentucky, and she is the most prolific songwriter I have ever met. And She not only writes like a gazillion songs a day, she released 8 albums last year. 8 albums.
Slacker.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
what?
And we
what's
were
going on
putting
with that?
together our Halloween show, and I said, "Who has a song about something spooky?" And I went, "Sarah Beth Terry has something about a witch, a Fitchburg witch." And I said,
It's a witch?
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
witchy
just
song.
checking.
It's like the backwoods. We got stories.
Yeah.
We got ghost stories. To get us all in the Halloween spirit, welcome to the show down the Buddy Allen carpet one, teal carpet. Oh, love, Miss Sarah Beth Terry. Hello.
Yeah, good to see you. Looking pretty. Good to see you. Yeah, good to meet you. Thank you.
How are things on Watermelon Ridge?
Well, things are windy today. I had to get up early and feed chickens before I headed down off the mountain, but things are great.
There's a song in there somewhere.
Always
I just know
is.
that. Yeah,
Always.
that's-
Everything
you're
we
on the
say is
second
a
verse already, aren't you? Yeah.
Sarah Beth has you have written songs for some other folks like Craig Morgan.
Yes, ma'am.
But I always say that you write as an artist first.
You tend to tell your own story before you tell everybody else's. So if it lines up with somebody else's story and they go, "Oh, I hear myself," then that's how you get songs on Opry. So that's what we aim for. But you always write your story first, seems like.
For everybody who is a budding songwriter and they think, "I'm gonna write a song a day and I'm gonna make myself famous," because nobody's ever done that. How many songs do you typically write a year?
Oh, a year, somewhere between 8 and 1,200. Just depends on how good the whiskey is and the company that they keep. So, and how many people make me mad between January and December. So, pay rent with my grudges. So,
I pay rent with my grudges. But here's the cool thing. What was the study of your life? Not just observation of people, but there's a lot of classical study. You posted this week, you were singing opera.
Oh my goodness, the former life. From the time I was little, my mom's a very gifted poet, and she challenged me to write anything I could think of. Check this verse, check that verse. And so when it came time to move to Nashville, she said, "No, you're going to go to college." I was like, "Fair." So I went to Transylvania University, which is the most expensive college in all the state of Kentucky, thinking she'd see the price tag and go, "Just go to Nashville." No. So while I was there, they said, "If you take like 3 more classes, you can get 2 more degrees. Like you can specialize in 3 fields." And I'm in. So I was an opera singer and did a choir tour of Europe and of the South and of Finland and Estonia and Norway and Sweden, and loved every minute of it. But the corsets got too tight and they won't let you smoke there. So
A deal breaker.
I was like,
That's it.
Kentucky girl. The reason I'm not at a mental institution, I'm sure they won't let you smoke there. So you have to really pick your career based on your habits. But I loved it. But and I still wear the costumes and I still sing the really loud notes. I just don't have to wear the corsets anymore. So it's nice.
Kentucky's the only state I ever went to that had a church with a smoking section in the church. Yes, it's crazy.
Our preacher used to light up before he preached on Sunday. He used to go that bad. Yeah. That's true story. Daddy's here. He'll vouch for that. So.
When you would go out as little Sarah Beth Terry, because I know you love costumes, and if you follow Sarah Beth, you always know she's got great costumes. Where did you dress up at? What did little Sarah Beth go as? What was your favorite go-to for Halloween?
Ooh, let's see. My brother was born on Halloween, so happy birthday to Dylan. So he took trick or treat from me for a couple years, but I always was Dolly Parton. So to me, no kidding, I would wear Granny's nightie and a couple balloons and like the high heels because my Aunt Bruce had like little tiny feet, so I could wear her shoes. And I had a big blonde wig because my granny did hair. So beauty mark and all, carried a guitar and went trick or treating as Dolly Parton. And I always looked at. It was never scary. I wasn't like a witch or anything like that. I was like, "I'm going to buy your town and put a theme park in it." Boo. I'm going to be on 25 movies. Boo. It was an aspiration day for me. It was never like scary, So it was a chance to get to, women kind of use it now to dress kind of trashy. Mm-hmm. And I was always like, let's dress how you want to. The dress for the job you want day is what I always treated Halloween. So I love it.
You done good. With all those songs that you write, do you know when you have one that is special?
It's really strange because when I first started out, of course, everything was great. It was the best song that's ever been written.
Right.
And then I go back
Everybody's
and
going to
going,
record this.
"Oh God." Now it's more refined. It's like you'll hear that little ping in the back of your mind that's still in your mind the next day, and then the next day, and you're chewing on it, going, what's this melody? Why is this in my head? And you're like, oh, it's that song. And once you find something that strikes fire like that, then it's not really mathematical or scientific, but it really kind of is. Like it's this fine balance between creative and madness. And so when you find that one song that rings through and you're like, okay, this is gold. This has got legs underneath it. So we need to see where it goes. But they're few and far between for some people. And for some people, they flow like water, like Ashley Gorley. I think he writes songs in his sleep and they just are all #1 hits. And I'm like, hey, come out with me real quick.
Give me what you're drinking.
I've got a really good idea, but I need your help. But so it's kind of those things where you know that you're on fire and then it just hits like magic. So
well, speaking of magic, I want you to share some of that Sarah Beth Terry magic, because we actually met for the first time in person in the Omni Hotel.
We did, right up there.
I walked up and I screamed across the lobby because I was a fan. I saw you.
Miss Subtle.
I'm never subtle.
In the Omni lobby is very subtle.
Yeah.
And I went, because I practice what I preach. This is my favorite place. I love everything about this hotel. I love the lobby, the bars. It's the best place. And there you were. And I screamed across, and we have been fast friends ever since.
We were.
And her voice kills me. And when I thought of I said, a spooky mountain song.
This is the one. And I actually wrote it at the Fitchburg Furnace in Estill County, Kentucky, which, if you're watching at home, it is the largest double-stacked iron ore furnace in the world. And
we have a fire somewhere.
Speaking
it's
of
not here.
It's at the furnace.
On cue.
They knew I was going to sing this song about the furnace real quick.
You mentioned the furnace. What is the Fitchburg Furnace?
It is the largest double-stacked iron ore furnace in the world. So, it quit production right after the Civil War, and everything went to Birmingham. So we kind of have a grudge against Birmingham for stealing our pig iron. But it's beautiful.
Well, Tennessee has a little bit of a grudge against them, and they kind of got there.
Fair, to be fair. So
they did okay.
They did okay, but it's beautiful now. It's now been accepted at the historical registry, and there's a Friends of Fitchburg now, and it's just this gorgeous edifice. Looks like a castle, and I always wanted to live there. And my papa was like, "It's a furnace." It's like, so I just feel like it's.
What's your point?
What's your point? So all the railroads and all the railroad spikes and all the cannonballs in the Civil War were made right there in my hometown.
Oh wow!
And in this furnace. So when I was up there, I just felt like this. To me, it was church. There's so much bloodshed on that ground. I mean, you don't know the people that died trying to keep that furnace alive for the past 100 years or so. So the song came out, and it was on the second album, and it comes out funny times a year like this. So Fitchburg Witch for you, my darling.
Thank you.
Over the hill, but not 6 foot down, bred on the far west side of this town. Called back to this hallowed ground every now and then. Every fire holler from the hills, burning iron for spinning wheels, grinding harder than the moon shines still, but then again. She's a dim in the sunshine, she's the coldest in the diamond mine, gasoline and turpentine on an open flame. She's been gone, but she's coming back, full steam ahead down the one-way track, brand new fire and a mud smoke stacks in the hometown lanes, the Fitchburg Witch. See the flames from the courthouse square, watch the sparks dancing in the air. She'll burn it down cause she just don't care, she'll scorch it to the bone. All downhill past Tipton Ridge, Red River and a man named Fitch, holding her matches to another bridge, cause she's finally home. She's a venom in the sunshine, she's the coldest in the diamond mine, gasoline and turpentine on an open flame. She's been gone, but she's coming back. It's full steam ahead down the one-way track. Brand new fire and a buzz from the stakes in the hometown lane, the Fitchburg Witch. She's a venom in the
open play. She's been gone, but she's coming back. Full steam ahead down the one-way track. Ready to fire the whole smoke stacks and the hotel lanes. The Fitchburg away. Fitchburg away.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is, you know, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's, you know, we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So, you know, whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email Eric at rockcastlewealth.com.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor-trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor-trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor-trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Last 5 minutes of this show for this week. I've had a ton of fun guest hosting. First time seeing you this. Well, maybe you come in earlier, but we had a couple guests today, Justin. So people haven't been able to see that beautiful face this morning.
Hey, yeah, I know, man. I've been in the shadows.
Yeah, and you rocking the Ryan Tannehill jersey. You played well last night. I thought about putting on my AJ Brown jersey this morning, but I went against it.
We don't like him.
We don't. Well, I don't know about that now, Justin.
I don't
love
know
about that.
Well, the thing
I mean, listen, everyone's entitled to their feelings on it for sure.
But how do he betrayed us, right?
See, I'm of the belief that, and this is spicy for the last 4 minutes, but I'm of the belief that they should have paid AJ Brown. I think this is a wide receiver league, and if you've got a top 5 guy on your team, don't get rid of him.
The story, or I heard that it was like they were definitely gonna pay him. They just couldn't give him all the money at that moment because of cap space. They should have. They
should have figured out a way. I feel like John Robinson's ego got in the way a little bit
Yeah, probably.
See, I'm of the belief, and again, this is spicy. This is super spicy to end it. But when Derrick Henry went out last year and Deontay Foreman was producing the same numbers that he did, I jokingly said that Derrick Henry was a system running back. Obviously, that's tongue in cheek because I think Zach Williams said it the best today. Even if he's lost a step, he's still 2 steps ahead of everybody else in the National Football League. But with Deontay Foreman running the way that he did last year, I just felt like maybe could have cut our ties with Derrick Henry, freeing up some money. Yeah,
Whoa,
see, like I said, it's spicy. It's spicy.
Oh
It's spicy for the last 3 minutes. It's super spicy because listen, again, this is a wide receiver league. This is a wide receiver league. This is a passing league, and when you've got a top 5 guy on your team, you've got to take advantage of that. And again, we don't have enough time for me really to dive into this entire take, but very spicy.
Last thing I'll say about it, we'll see how J-Rob handles Big Jeff's contract this offseason.
Oh man, yeah.
That'll be a telling sign, of not that I'm living in the past, but I am. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, if they don't sign Big Jeff this offseason, I will be convinced that they have accepted mediocrity, and I will cut ties with the Tennessee Titans. Because I refuse to root for a team that doesn't want to help itself out. For instance, like the Pittsburgh Pirates in baseball. Everybody will tell you that their owner just likes seeing them lose, won't reinvest in the team.
Like Washington Commanders.
There you go. But I wanted to end it with celebrity birthdays in this day and entertainment, but we're not going to get to that, Justin. So what we're going to do instead, we've got the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, and I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but what's your go-to, like you're making your first plate, what's going on that first plate, Justin?
Oh, I'm grabbing the turkey first thing. Actually, we've recently been substituting turkey, or we have before, with prime rib.
Oh,
just really in the
can't hide money on mornings on Main Street. Goodness gracious, what a flex! Yeah, we've actually substituted our turkey for prime rib. Get the hell out of here, Justin. What is going? Yeah, our butler gives us Wagyu, A1 Wagyu. What?
We went away with the silver. It's all gold now.
Yeah, what the heck? Oh my!
It's the connotation.
What a flex on Friday. Oh my gosh, we substituted the turkey for prime rib. Oh my god!
I didn't think about that, but what do you don't have roasted duck?
No, Justin, I have the typical meal. I'm not a big turkey guy. I mean, unless I've got gravy, then gravy's
was there caviar?
But
oh, that's funny.
Wow, you just threw me for a major loop, Justin. I don't even know if I can respond or rebound from that. But substitute the turkey for the prime rib. I mean, what a way to end the week, Justin.
That sentence is so ridiculous. We substituted the turkey with the prime rib.
What a way to end the week, Justin. It's been a lot of fun these past 6 business days, going back to last Friday. So a true week, but it's been a lot of fun here with you. I hope you have enjoyed me as a guest host. I hope I haven't messed things up too bad.
No, man, it was great.
Want to thank Dave and Chris for the opportunity to jump in as guest host this week. I'm not sure who's returning. I think Chris is returning next week. I know that, like I said, his wife just recently had their baby, so hopefully everything is going well at home. But regardless, we'll be back Monday, whether I'm here with you, whether it's Chris or somebody else. Mornings on Main Street will be right back at 10 o'clock on Monday. So hope you tune in right here on Main Street Media TV. We will see you soon.
Peace.